Good morning, everyone. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to deliver this presentation today. On this occasion, we would be discussing about statistics, which I hope will provide valuable insights and benefit for all of us. Before we begin, allow me to introduce myself and my two friends. My name is Satrio Santoro, and my two friends are Faiza Naila Nur Sadrina and Ayudhuri Sulistiawati. Without further ado, let us proceed to the main discussion. So let's get started. First is definitions. Statistics is the mathematical science involved in the application of quantitative principle to the collection, analysis, and presentation of numerical data. These are two major areas of statistics: descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. Descriptive statistics are methods related to collecting and presenting data so as to provide useful information. Descriptive statistics provide a summary of the sample and observation that have been made. The summary can be in the form of table, diagram, and numeric. Inferential statistics. Inferential statistics is a method for drawing conclusion about characteristics of a population by utilizing information from samples generated from descriptive statistics. Sample, this is the result from math test in the class 7789889556786565588810. If the student reaches the minimum score 7, it will be passed from the test. So this is the inferential. We've got 3 points. These are 57.1% student pass from the test, 38.1% student failed from the test, and only one student get the perfect score. This is descriptive. So the score 5, frequency 5, 6 frequency 3, 7 frequency 3, 8 frequency 6, 9 frequency 2, and 10 frequency 1.
Next, we're going to talk about ungrouped data. In statistics, basically we have two types of data. The first one is group and the other is ungrouped data. The first is, we're going to talk about the formula in ungrouped data. The first one is mean. Mean is the formula. The formula is the sum of numbers divided by the total numbers. And the second one is range. Range is the difference between biggest and smallest number or data. And the third is standard deviation. We have the symbol is like sigma. The formula is the sum of all the differences between every point in the data set and the mean. And then we need to square it and divide it by n. And n is all the set numbers, and then we get to take the square root of the whole result. Next. Okay, the next is variance. The symbol is like S square. And the formula is the sum of all the differences between every point and the mean, and we have to square it and divide it by n. And next is mode. Mode is a statistical term that refers to the most frequently occurring number found from the data. So we can say that mode is the most common numbers or data. And next is median. In median, we have two types. The first one is odd and the other is even. The formula of odd is the value of n plus 1 over 2. And the formula of even data is the n over 2 plus n over 2 plus 1 divided by 2. Okay, next is quartile, decile, and percentile. We can say the formula is almost the same, but the difference is quartile, we have to divide it by 4. Decile is we have to divide it by 10, and percentile is we have to divide it by 100. And in the pink highlight, we can see that interpolated value. The formula of interpolated value is lower data plus proportion, and the sum is multiplied by difference between the two data points. For the explanation, lower data point is the data at the smaller position, proportion is the decimal part of the calculated position, and difference between the two data points is the difference between the next data point and the lower data point. So in here we have the example. A group of students receive the following scores in math test, and the scores is 68, 72, 75, 78, 85, 88, 90, 92, 94, and 95. So we have to find the mean, range, standard deviation, variance, mode, median, first quartile, 7th decile, and 20th percentile. The first one is mean. As we know from the formula, that the mean is the sum of the set divided by 10. Why 10? Because we have 10 data of scores. So it's equal to, we have to sum all of the data, and it's equals to 837 divided by 10, and it's 83.7. The range is the biggest data is 95, and the smallest data is 68, and the difference is 27, sorry. And the third is standard deviation. So in standard deviation, we have, the first thing we have to do is basically search the mean, and then we search the difference between each x value and mean. For the example, for the first data is 68, difference of 68 and 83.7 is minus 15.7. And then from this one, we have to search the square. So the square of minus 15.7 is 264.47. And we can do the same thing for all the value and all the scores, like this. After find all the square number, we can add the sum of all the numbers, and in this problem, we got 853.1. So the answer is equal to 9.24. And then the fourth one is variance, or S square. Because we all know the value from this table, so we can just substitution the parameters, and we got 85.31. The next one is mode. Okay, because if we can see this number, this data don't have the same number, so there's no mode. And then the sixth one is median. The data has an even numbers of values and is 10. Use this formula, because the value is not 10, so we have to do with the even data formula, like this. So we have the fifth value plus sixth value is divided by 2 is equal to 85 plus 88 over 2, and it's equal to 173 is divided by 2, and the quotient is 86.5. Okay, next one is the first quartile. As we know in the formula, quartile is we just change the parameters, like in this I, we change with 1 because this question is first quartile, and we got 2.75. So we already calculated Q1 is 2.75, which means it lies between second and third data points. So the lower data is 72 because it's on the second data point. Wait. This. And the proportion is 0.75, the decimal of part of 2.75. And then the difference between the two data points is 3. So from this, we can substitute into interpolation formula, the pink highlight, and the result is 74.25. Okay, the next one is decile, the seventh decile. It's almost the same like a quartile, but we have to change the parameters with 7 and divide it by 10. So we got 7.7, and which means it lies between the 7th and 8th data points. The lower data points is 90, is because that's 7 data points, and the proportion is 0.7, the decimal part of 7.7. Difference between the two data points is 2, and same like before, we have to substitute to the interpolation formula, and we got 91.4. The last one is percentile, the 20th percentile. It's aim with the before. We have to change the parameters with 20 and divided by 100, and we got 2.2. And the lower data is 72, the second data point, and proportion is 0.2, the decimal part of 2.2. And difference between the two data points is 3, and we have to substitute into the interpolation formula, and we got 72.6.
And group data mean is sigma f x sub I over sigma f. Median L0 L0 some SC and sigma f x sub I over sigma f. Median L equals 0, C equals C, and N2 N over 2 minus F over F. Mod L equals 0, C equals C, and 4 in 1 over 4 minus LC over V. Next. B1 equals F sub L minus minus f sub m minus 1. B2 equals f sub m minus f sub m plus 1. L0 low boundary of the median class. C equals class width. N equals total frequency. P equals cumulative frequency before the median class. And V equals frequency of the median class. The table below shows the number of home students studying in a week. In A, calculate the median of study, and B, find the median class and the median value, and C, determine the model of the student horse, and D, calculate the first quality. Mean is equal to 1020 divided by 40, which is equal to 25.54. The sum of the equally 5 for 8 plus 8 plus 3, the sum of f equals 5 plus 8 plus 12 plus 10 plus 5, which is equals 40. The sum of f multiplied by x equals 25 plus 100 12 120 plus 300 plus 3 15 plus 200 25 equals 1020. The median and equal 14, so N2 equals 20. Median equals 21 plus 10 20 median equals 21 plus 10 20 subtract 13 and then differentiation differentiation 12 equals 21 plus 10 7 12 equals 21 plus 5.83 26.83 horse. L0 equals 21, C equals 10, P equals 13, F equals 20. And next, see the model, the class with the high frequency is the 21 until 13 plus interval. To calculate the model, I use the formula mod L0 low plus boundary of the mode class equals 21. VM equals frequency of the model class equals 12. VM minus 1 frequency of the previous class equals 8. Fn plus 1 equals frequency of the next class equals 10. C equals plus with equals 10. Close. Next, to get in the value mode equals 20 plus 10 for in 4 plus 2 equals 21 plus plus 10 for 3 equals 21 plus 6.67 equals 27.67 horse. And next, second quartile to calculate the second quartile, I use the formula L0 low plus boundary of the 11 until 20 class equals 11 and F cumulative frequency before the cumulative frequency before the 11 until 20 class equals 5. 5 frequency of the 11 until 20 class equals 8. C equals class with equals 10. Second quartile equals 11 plus 10 minus 5 8 the mode place 10 equals 11 plus 5, 8. Multiply 10 equals 11 plus 6.25 equals 17.25 horse.
So that's all of our material today. The topic is about statistic. If you guys have any question, just raise hand and let me know the question.
Okay, class. That's all for the presentation, of group 12. And if you have any question to the group, please ask your question and the group will try to answer it. Maybe any of you have a question, please? Before we are going to the
Exercise.
discussion, Is it clear enough for the explanation of the material from group 12?
Yes, ma'am, I think it's clear enough.
Clear enough. Okay. Group 12 has some exercise for you. There is 3 number. Is it right? 3 number of question,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. For the class, please try to answer it, 3 numbers, and please don't take a long time, because we still have group 13 who will be also present the material today. So please try it as soon as possible, For the first number, I think it is not so difficult, you can answer it quickly. And for the second number, the average. Okay, the second number is also, I think in the elementary school, maybe in the Olympiad, the math Olympiad of elementary school is also has the similar question like this. And what about the third number? You can go to the next slide. I will see the third question. There is a data and this is the mode. This is the group data, the group data. And in the previous slide, there is the formula to find the mode, so you can find it. Okay, go to the previous slide. Okay, class, you can try number 1 and number 2. You can upload the answer to the group, to our WhatsApp group, and you can explain your solution. Maybe about 5 or until 10 minutes.
So in the question number 1 is we want to find how many students are in class A. For the first, the formula for the mean is the number of score divided by the number of students. And in the question, it is known the total score of the student is 2,718 and the average score is 75.5 because we want to find the number of student. So we move line between 75.5 into the total score of the student. And then we divide the 27 and 18 and 207 and 18 into 75.5. So the answer is 36. If it's the answer is right.
How about the Sheila answer?
Thank you, Sheila, for the answer. And the answer is correct.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
To solve this question, you can use the mean formula ya for the single data, and you get 36 what is student here? 36 students in class A. Okay, for the next question, number 2. Anybody wants to try to answer it? Oh, this one. Hermelia Putri.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please, Hermelia Putri, you can explain it to your friends and the time is yours.
Okay, so the question is the average score of 15 students on the math test is 7. If Dio's math test score is included in the group, the average score becomes 7.125. Then Dio's test score is, okay, first there are 15 students and they have 7 as average score. We multiplied and the score is 105 is the total score. And we also use the mean formula. So it is 105 plus x, which is x here. The x here is the score and divided by 16. Before is 15 students, and because Dios is included in the group, so it is 16 students equals 7.127, which is the new score, the new average score. So 105 plus x equals 7.125 multiplied by 16. 105 plus x equals 114. So the x is 9, which is the Dio score. Is it correct? Yes, the answer is correct.
Okay, thank you, Hermelia ya. We are going to the last question, number 3.
Sorry, ma'am. In number 3, we made a mistake.
Yes.
In table, it should be, wait. Class interval from 55 to until 64.
64.
50.
So,
It should be 64.
oh, okay. In the 1, 2, 3. In the 4th row, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so will be 55 until 64. That's right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You can show the question to your friends.
Okay, wait. So the question should be like this. At the fourth row is 55 until 64.
So please try to solve it. Anyone to try? Will try it. Okay, okay, class, maybe I think to discuss this the solution about this question, we can use our WhatsApp group. So if you want to try to solve this question, this problem, so you can upload your answer to the group. And for the team, for the group 12, please check is your friend's answer is correct or no, because we have limited time. So I think it is enough for group 12, but for anyone here, if you want to try the third question, you can upload in WhatsApp group, and we will discuss in the group. And for the group 12, please close your presentation.
Okay, that concludes our presentation for today. I hope the information I've shared has been beneficial and served as a valuable point for future discussion. Finally, I would like to thank you for your attention and time, and I hope today's discussion has been fruitful for all of us. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for group 12. Please give applause to them. Okay, we are going to the next group, to the last group. Yes, actually we have group 13. The members M Fikri, and then M Rizky, Fikri, Rizky, and Yusuf Rafif. Okay, are you ready, class? Fikri,
Insyaallah ready, ma'am.
Fikri, Rizky, where is Rizky? And Yusuf Rafif.
Yes, ma'am. But my camera is trouble.
Okay, Yusuf.
Ucup, I think is wake up lately, maybe.
Is he absent today?
No, I don't know.
Oh, so Yusuf didn't present it, Okay.
Ada. Wait.
Continue the presentation to the group 13, The time is yours.
Sorry, ma'am. I'm here, ma'am.
Oh, okay, Yusuf, please join to your group, yeah. Okay, group 13, the time is yours, yeah. You can start your presentation.
Okay, everyone, let me share the screen first.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Today, our topic is probability, and we'll talk about classic probability, permutation, combination, frequency of hope, and many more. Can we next slide? And our team is there are Fikri, Rizky, and me, Yusuf. Next.
Okay, for the last presentation, we learned about statistic. There were statistic is study of the collection, analysis, interpretation, and presentation, and organizing of data. That's explain more about data, and it's some method of collecting and summarizing the data. And for the next presentation, we can tell about probability. This probability means like we denotes the possibility of outcome of any random event. The meaning of this term is we want to check to extent to which any event is likely what are going to be happen. This is more explain about probability. Probability can also means possibility. It's some branch of mathematics that deals with some occurrence and some even random event that we have a value that we express with the number from 0 to 1, where probability has been introduced in math is to predict how likely the events are to happen. Now, basically, the probability is extent to which something is likely to happen. On the first type of probability is there a classic probability. As probability is a simple formula for probability that has a equal odds of something that happened. Untuk for the sample space of classic probability, we can use in to determine the numerical probability that an event will occur. Nah, the formula of determining the probability of event of A is there's the formula. Probability of A equals F divided by M. There's the explanation of PA is probability of event A. F is frequency of or number of outcomes contained for event A. And N is the total number of outcomes in the sample space. This is the example. In this example, we have a bag contains 3 red balls, 2 blue balls, and 5 green balls. What is the probability of randomly selecting a blue ball? The solution is we have F. This is the question is the probability of randomly selecting a blue ball. So we have the blue balls here. So the F or favorable outcomes is the or the number of blue balls, and the N total outcomes is the sum of ball that we have in one bag. So the sum of the ball in a bag is 10 the total balls. So the probability of blue ball is 2 divided by 10 or 2 over 10. Next, we have probability rule that we use in every type in probability. That the first is probability has of any event will always be a number from 0 to 1. That means probability of A is greater than or less than probability of A is greater than or same like 0 and less or same like 1. And second, when an event cannot occur, the probability will be a 0. And when an event is certain to occur, the probability is 1. And the third, the sum of probabilities of all the outcomes in the sample space is 1. The second, we talk about the empirical probability. The empirical probability can be spelled to be experimental probability is the probability of an event that based on the result of actual experiments that will be conducted many times or several times. The empirical probability is also based on actual experiment and adequate recording of occurrence of events. Experiment not having a fixed result, as we know that random experiments and the outcome of such experiment are uncertain. And random experiments are repeated multiple times to determine like likelihood. The numbers of times on experiment is repeated is better described as the number of the trial. Here's the formula of the critical probability. It can be given as like below. The empirical probability is equals like number of time an event occurs is divided by total number of the trial. For the example, a restaurant manager wants to determine the likelihood that a customer orders coffee over past 7 days. The restaurant record order from 500 customers from the data. 120 customers ordered coffee. In this example, we want to calculate the empirical probability that a customer order coffee at the restaurant. The solution, we use the empirical probability to probability of coffee that we have customer order coffee is 120 and the record order from 7 day this restaurant is 500 customers. So we substitute the data and we get the result. The probability of coffee is 0.24 or can be spelled like percentage, like 24%. The next will be explained by my friend.
Okay, next is sample space. Sample space is a concept in probability theory that deals with the likelihood of different outcomes occurring in a given experiment. It involves defining a sample space that encompasses all possible outcomes and assigning probabilities to these outcomes. To find the sample space in probability, we can follow these steps. 1. Identify all possible outcomes of the experiment. 2. List these outcomes in a set, ensuring each one is unique. 3. Combining sample spaces when multiple events occur helps educate complex probabilities. Next. This is our example. The first one is a table. Nah, we can see the hang on. In the table, we can see the first chance of throwing a coin, there is a head or tails. On the second try, we can see that the chance is heads, tail, or heads, tail. Nah, each possibility can be like branches, and we can see the end of result is can be head, 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 head or tail, head, tail, head, tail, head, head, tail, head, head, tail, head, head, tails. The seventh try can be tail, tail, head, and the last try can be tail, tail, tails. Now, or we can make it like a tree diagram. As you can see, the first flip can be head or tails. Now, and the second flip can be, there are 4 branches, head, head, or head, tail. And then tail, head, or tail, tail. Next.
Okay, so next is addition rules. Addition rules is the probability rule is a method used when 2 or more events occur simultaneously. Next. For the first, when 2 events are mutually exclusive. There are 2 events A and B, which are then called interlocking events if there is no element in event A that is the same as the element contained in event B. So the formula is P A union B is A plus B. For the example is, there are 2 dice, blue and green. The 2 dice are the thrown simultaneously once. Find the probability that the slide of the die that has sum of 3 or 10. So the solution is the result of throwing the dice are done writing in the table, as you can see in the screen. For next. So the number of dice is 3. is A 1, 2, and 2, 1. So NA is 2. The number of dice is 20, is B 4, 9, and 5, 5, and 6, 4. And B is 3. Since none of the members of A are the same as the members of B, then the event A and B are two independent events. So we use the formula A union B is A plus B is 2 divided by 36 plus 3 divided by 36 is the 5 divided by 36. So the probability of getting the sum of dice is 3 or 10 is 5 divided by 36. And the second, when two events that are mutually exclusive. Two events A and B are said to be mutually exclusive if there is a typo, is at least one element in event A which is the same as the element in event B. So the formula is A join B is A plus B and mean A intersection B. For the example is, Donny is playing bridge card, then he picks a card at random. Find the probability that the card drawn is a spade and a picture card J, Jack, Queen, and King. For next, so the number of bridge cards S is 52. Number of spades is 30. Number of picture card is 12. Because there are picture cards that are member of the spades card, J of spades, and key for the spades, and K of the spades. Then A and B are two events that are not mutually exclusive, so the formula is used 30 divided by 52 plus 12 divided by 52 and mean 3 divided by 52. So is 22 is divided by 52. So the probability that the card drawn is spade and a picture card, Jack, Queen, and Key is 11 divided by 26. So the next is multiplication rules. Multiplication rules is in principle, the rules for multiplication are almost the same as for addition. What makes the difference is the case example. For the first is independent event. Two events A and B are said to be independent if the occurrence of event A does not affect event B. So the formula is the formula is A union B is A the time is the time B. For the sample, Andy rolls two dice. What is the probability that a prime even number appears on the first dice and an odd number on the second dice. So for the solution, if let A, the even that a prime even die appears on the first first dice, A 2, then A is one over 6. Let B the even that an odd number appears on the second dice, B 1, 3, 5, then B is 3 over 6. Even A does not even affect even B, then the formula is used. 1 over 6 times 3 over 6 is 3 over 36 is 1 over 12. So the probability of getting a prime even number on the first dice and add on odd number on the second dice is 1 over 12. So for the second is when two even are dependent. If there are two even, namely even A and even B, the even is said to be a conditional even if even A affect the occurrence of even B. So the formula is A union B is A time BA. For the example is there is a box containing 5 yellow balls and the formula is A union B is A time B given A. For the example is there is a box containing 5 yellow balls and 4 blue balls. If 2 balls are drawn one by one and without replacement, what is the probability that the ball drawn is a yellow ball on the first draw and a ball on the second draw? So for the solution is on the first draw there are 5 yellow balls out of 9 available balls. Then PA 5 over 9. In the second draw, there are 4 balls from the remaining 8 balls. So B is 4 over 8. Because there's even effect each other, then the formula is used 6 over 9 times 4 over 8 is 5 over 80. So the probability that the ball drawn is a red ball on the first draw and a green ball on the second draw is 5 over 80.
Okay, next is expected frequency of an event. Expected frequency is the number of times we would expect an event to occur over a given number of trials that take place during an experiment. To find the expected frequency, we multiply the probability of that event taking place by the number of trials of the experiment. The equation is FH equal to BA times N. FH is the event of expected frequency. P of A is chance of an event, and N is a trials that we want to expect the frequency. Complement of an event, probability of one event, the composite of an existing event, where the event is the set of all events that are not a. complement of an even can be written as P of A to the power C is equal to 1 minus P of A. Since the sum of probabilities of all possible events is equal to 1, the probability that of that event A will not occur is equal to 1 minus the probability of the event A that will occur. Okay, next is permutation. Permutation is the distinct interpretation of a provided number of components carried one by one, or some, or all at a time. For example, if we have two components A and B, then there are two likely performances AB and BA. A numeral of permutation when R components are positioned out of a total N components is NPR. For example, let N is equal 3 and A, B, and C and R is equal to all permutation of sizes 2. Then there are 3 P2 such as permutation, which is equal to 6. These 6 permutations are AB, AC, BA, BC, CA, and CB. Nah, the permutation formula can be given as NPR is equal to N factorial divided by N minus R factorial. For N is a total number of the items. R is the number of items that want to be arranged. And the exclamation mark is a factorial. Next. Okay, for an example, how considerable words can be created by using two letters from the term love. Nah, the term love has 4 letters. Therefore, we can require number of 4p2 because we want to use we want to choose 2 letters from 4 letters, so we can rewrite it as 4p2. Then and 4p2 is equal to 4 factorial divided by 4 minus 2 factorial, which is equal to 4 factorial divided by 2 factorial. And the result is 20. So there are 20 words that can be arranged as 2 letters from 4 letters.
Sorry, 20 or 12?
Oh, sorry, 12.
Okay, go on.
Okay, next combination. It is the distinct of section of a share numbers, share number components carried one by one or some or all at time. For example, if there are 2 components A and B, then there is only one way to select 2 things. Select both of them. For example, let N is equal to 3, A, B, and C, and R equal to 2. All the combination of size 2. Nah, then there are 3C2 such combination which equal to 3. These three combination are AB, AC, and BC. Combination formula is given as follows. NCR is equal to n factorial over divided by r factorial times n minus r factorial. Next. Now, for example, how many ways there are to choose 3 middle school students and 4 high school students from a course school with 10 freshmen, 15 student levels, 18 junior high school students, and 220 high school students to sing. The solution is 3 junior high school students can be selected as 18C3 way. Now, for high school students can be selected as 20C4. Middle and high school student can be selected in 18C3 times 20C4. So it can be rewrite as 18 factorial divided by 3 factorial times 18 minus 3 factorial. Then the result is multiplied by 20 factorial divided by 4 factorial times 20 minus 4 factorial. And the result of combination is 3,1900,000 and 15 ya lupa. Oh, ini ada typo nggak ya? Oh, sorry ma'am, for the 220 high school students, there is a typo. It should be 20 high school students. It's not 220.
Oh, okay.
Because
It will be
factor, yeah.
20,
Because
20, what? 20 students.
yeah, 20 high school students.
Oh, okay.
Not 220. Okay, the result of the combination is 3,953,520. Next. Okay. Any question time? Is there any question that you want to ask for us?
Any question to the group? Maybe we can going to the next discussion, yeah. The group has
Okay.
4 questions.
Okay, there are 4 questions in this group. Is there anyone that want to try number 1, 2, 3, and 4?
So from the equation, we know that the total of girls in class is 10, and then the total of boys in class is 15. So the total students in the class is 25. And then because in the equation is the order of selection isn't important. So there is I'm using combination for for solving the equation. So the total ways to select 3 students from 25 students is combination of 25 to 3. So the value is 2013. And then the total ways to select 1 girl from 10 students is 10 ways. And then the total ways to select 2 boys from 15 boys in the class is 105. So because we should find the ways for choose 1 girl and then 2 boys, we can multiply the ways for select 1 girl and then 2 boys, because this is an equation is the word of n, so we can multiply 10 with 105, and we divide it by the total ways of combination 25 and 3 is 2013. So the answer is 21/46. Is that my answer is correct?
Thank you, Lisa, for the answer. The answer is correct. For this question, we use combination. The answer is also correct, 21/46. Okay. Thank you for your answer.
Thank you. Permission to stop share.
Maybe for the second question, Samuel, can you please explain your solution? Okay. Okay, so from the question, we know that there are 2 players, Sangat and Rashmi. They play a tennis match, and the probability of Sangat winning the match is 0.62. And the question is, what's the probability that Rashmi will win the match? So since tennis match is about lose and win, there are no draw in it. So the probability that Rashmi will win is the same value as the probability that Sangat will lose the match. So
here is the how to find the value. So the probability of Sangit winning the match is 0.62. So the sum of their probability of winning is 1. Rasmi is equal to 1 minus the probability of winning from Sangit, which is 0.62. So the probability of winning Rasmi will win the match is 0.38. Is my answer correct?
Thank you, Samuel, for the answer. The solution is correct. We use complement formula, and it's right. Sangit have 0.62, so the solution is 1 minus 0.62. Thank you for the information, Samuel.
Okay.
Maybe for number 3 and 4, is that anyone can show the answer?
Anybody wants to answer number 3 and 4?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you everyone that has listened our presentation. Thank you for all of our classmate and Miss Devi as a Bahasa Inggris Matematika lecture. We close this presentation. I hope this presentation has given very valuable insight of how probability is crucial that in life. Yeah. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for all of you class. For group 1 until group 13 ya. You have present your material. Oke. Saya ngomong pakai bahasa Indonesia ya. Untuk persiapan UAS ya. Yang pertama, saya minta tolong ke Samuel ya. Samuel tolong siapkan link drive untuk pengumpulan tugas ini ya, untuk presentasinya yang sudah dipresentasikan ini, filenya tolong dikumpulkan dalam satu link drive, kemudian share linknya ke saya sehingga saya bisa menilai. Nah, bagi kalian, karena kalau presentasinya itu akan dinilai, kalian tolong lengkapi untuk apa tadi kayak exercise-nya itu lengkapi dengan pembahasannya ya, lengkapi dengan pembahasannya. Kemudian kalau misalkan ada yang salah, kalian perbaiki dulu, kalian revisi, kalian buat sebagus dan semenarik dan juga sedetail mungkin ya dalam untuk presentasinya itu. Masih ada waktu untuk merevisinya ya. Nah, ketika sudah yakin, udah selesai, maka kalian upload sebelum UAS nanti ya, sebelum hari Minggu ini. Maksudnya sebelum hari Senin ya, Minggu masih boleh, silakan. Nanti kalian upload semuanya dan akan saya nilai. Nah, kemudian untuk yang jadwal UASnya, sementara ini saya lupa. Bentar ya, saya lihat dulu. Untuk jadwal UAS, kalau yang fix masih belum ada ya, tapi kemarin sudah ada draftnya, tapi masih belum saya sebarkan karena khawatir masih ada apa perubahan ya. Jadi untuk UAS apa ini ya, bahasa Inggris, matematika, itu untuk sementara itu dijadwalkan pada hari Rabu pukul 3 sore. 1, 2, 3. Ya, sekitar hari Rabu pukul 3 sore ya. Kalau di jadwalnya ya. Jadi Kalau misalkan tidak berubah berarti di hari itu, tapi kalau misalkan berubah nanti akan diinformasikan kemudian ya oleh PJ-nya, nanti akan di-share jadwalnya ke grup PJ, jadi kalian bisa tahu untuk jadwal-jadwalnya jika sudah fix ya. Nah, untuk UASnya bahannya dari setelah UTS ya. Tadi saya sudah dapat materinya dari rincian materinya ya dari Samuel. Ya, ini terkait dengan geometri, relasi dan fungsi, kemudian tentang analisis yang meliputi limit, integral, dan diferensial, kemudian tentang matriks, vektor, dan juga yang terakhir ini adalah statistika dan probabilitas ya. Nah, jadi tolong pelajari materi-materi terkait dengan hal tersebut, formula-formulanya. Untuk soal UASnya itu meliputi materi tersebut, penyelesaian soal. Bisa jadi ya mungkin bukan soal-soal yang apa terlalu mendalam seperti yang di perguruan tinggi ya. Maksudnya kayak misalkan kalian analisis real, kemudian kalkulus diferensialnya yang kayak gimana-gimana. Mungkin yang sudah sebagai mahasiswa matematika ya, mungkin insya Allah udah bisa lah gitu untuk mengerjakannya. Tapi kalian harus perlu banyak berlatih kan. Dan juga ketika menjelaskan nanti tolong juga sampaikan dalam bahasa Inggris ya, jangan ditulis dalam bahasa Indonesia karena kita mata kuliahnya bahasa Inggris matematika. Oke, untuk soalnya IC ya dan sifatnya ada close book, jadi tolong persiapkan diri kalian baik-baik dan banyak-banyak berlatih soal-soal terkait dengan materi tersebut yang tadi. Saya akhiri ya untuk perkuliahan hari ini. Sekaligus mengakhiri perkuliahan pada semester ini ya untuk mata kuliah bahasa Inggris matematika ini. Terima kasih untuk kalian atas kehadiran, partisipasi, dan kerjasamanya selama ini, selama perkuliahan. Mohon maaf jika ada kesalahan, baik disengaja maupun tidak disengaja. Saya akhiri. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih.
Wabarakatuh. Thank you, ma'am. Terima kasih.